What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, today is February 24th. As you guys know, we're celebrating another birthday, and it's pound for pound great Floyd Money Mayweather, formerly known as Pretty Boy Floyd. And what can I say about Floyd Mayweather? I mean, he's a tremendous champion. Some people will disagree, usually the extreme fans that hate him. Um, but truth be told, when you talk about Floyd Mayweather, you talk about boxing. Floyd Mayweather is one of the rare athletes who, if you look at other athletes, a lot of them, like even Pacquiao, Pacquiao's an international superstar. He's done endorsement deals with Nike. I've seen him in Hennessy commercials. He's been on Jimmy Fallon, singing. He's into politics, etc. Or LeBron James, no different. LeBron James has been in several like commercials for phone companies or Nike, whatever the case is. And Floyd Mayweather is one of the rare athletes who pretty much sticks to the sport that made him famous and generates really all of his money through that. Boxing is how he makes money. He is actually making a cameo in the movie Think Like a Man Part 2. But aside from that, most of his money that he generated along the years has been from boxing, which is very rare. Like I said, there's a lot of athletes like LeBron James. He makes, let's say, $17 million from the NBA. Then he gets like 32 million more than his NBA salary just off of endorsement deals and people who want LeBron to sponsor their products. But Mayweather, his revenue is generated from boxing, which is an incredible thing and just a testament to Mayweather and his business savvy. He's very smart when it comes to creating a buzz. He, in the De La Hoya fight, played the villain role and never let up. And now, for that reason, some people still hate him. Like, they'll never give him props or credit. He could beat Andre the Giant. He could resurrect Andre the Giant from the dead and beat him, and it still won't be good enough. They'll be like, oh, you waited. You didn't fight him in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You waited to fight Andre the Giant. Or he'll be like, oh, you waited till Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant and it weakened him. So that's why Mayweather fought him. So realistically, I'm aware. I'm sure some of you guys are aware. And even some of the haters, I'm sure you guys are aware in your heart that the man is a skillful fighter. Like I said, people don't like his the way he conducts interviews or his personality or his past. I don't know. At the end of the day, everybody's human and we've all been placed on this earth and we all sin. And it's just funny because nowadays people are quick to jump down somebody's throat for their sins, yet they could sin with the same things and, you know what I mean, try to sweep it under the rug. So that's just the nature of the beast when you're in the spotlight, when you have that public persona and you're under the limelight and the lights and cameras, people are going to critique and criticize everything you do, including me. I mean, I've had critiques on every fighter and that kind of thing. As far as Mayweather, I just want to hear who his next opponent is. I'm getting restless. Every other big star has announced who they're fighting. Canelo's, the Pacquiao's, Timothy Bradley, Cotto, Sergio, and I'm just waiting. But again, the fact that he's generating this type of emotion means he's really smart. People are fed up. They're like, fuck Mayweather, fuck the decision, fuck the poll. And at the end of the day, that means his plan is working because he's still keeping people talking. He's keeping guys like me and whoever else making videos about him. And when I do a video, it usually gets cool video or views and people comment. And I got some guys on my channel who anytime Mayweather's in the title or it's Pacquiao and Mayweather or anything in the welterweight, Mayweather's name always comes up. I could be doing a video like a post-fight Keith Thurman, Jesus Soto Caras, not mention Mayweather one time, and somewhere in the comments somebody will bring up Mayweather. So again, it goes to show you he's very business savvy and he's a smart individual. He was able to find his niche and really run with it and kind of set the blueprint for a lot of fighters. Not saying he was the first one because I think Muhammad Ali was the first big athlete to do some of the things, but Mayweather he kind of took the Muhammad Ali blueprint and added his own flair, his own twist to it. Because nowadays you see boxing as more of a business. You got young guys like Canelo, who is simply a rock star. He has a crazy following. He's young. He has the look. And Golden Boy, they're really marketing that, and they're really getting into the fans' pocket based on that. And I'm not saying Mayweather's the like created Canelo or anything, but he definitely showcased and put the spotlight on boxing. Him along with Pacquiao, Cotto, and some other guys. It really put the spotlight on boxing and showed that this is really a business. There's money in here. There's money to be made. So you got to just give props where props are due. Mayweather, he turns 37. He's a type of fighter who, with his defensive prowess and his skill level, I feel he's a complete fighter. He's hard to beat, and he seems like he defies age. He's come almost like a vampire in there. Um, Honestly, based on a little bit longer layoff and Robert Guerrero being relentless, I thought Robert Guerrero, I didn't think he would beat Mayweather, but I thought he would look better because Mayweather had that jail stint, so I didn't know if it fucked up his mind after the Cotto fight. Plus, he wasn't able to probably like work out the same in jail that he could on the outside. And people don't put things like that in perspective. Like, you got to keep in mind, like, it's one thing if Mayweather retires and he probably visits his gym and he can work out freely. He took almost 2 years off from the sport and then totally outclassed Juan Manuel Marquez. And you could say, oh, it's because he didn't make the weight or whatnot. But, I mean, if that's the case, then why doesn't Marquez want to rematch him? Marquez is vehemently, and Nacho Bearstein stated that Mayweather is great and they have no interest in pursuing. Yet Marquez, when it came to Pacquiao, he felt he was robbed in those fights. And Marquez, aside from the last fight that he won by knockout, has always pursued a Pacquiao rematch. So that goes to show you he must have felt or seen something in there that he feels Mayweather is trickier to beat, or he can't win against Mayweather. But anyway, Mayweather took 2 years off, came back, outclassed Marquez. And that was a little bit different because even in the interim, during those almost 2 years, he could still work out and stuff. But after the Cotto fight, he was in jail. So he didn't have the same equipment and luxury in his team. He couldn't necessarily just eat whatever he wanted. I mean, I'm sure he got star treatment. A lot of times the stars, they get put in PC because they're a risk if they put them in general population, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, I expected Robert Guerrero to look better. I expected Canelo to look better against Mayweather based on everything. I thought Canelo was big, and he would at least have some oh shit moments, like where he put Mayweather in a predicament, and I was wrong. Actually, Guerrero probably did better than Canelo, and neither one of them did exceptionally well. Cotto did better than both of them. So it just goes to show you the man is a master. He's a boxing wizard, and at age 37 now, I'm anxious to see how long he can continue. He's kind of like a Bernard Hopkins. Some people say Bernard Hopkins boring, and they hate him and he fights dirty and all that. But you gotta appreciate what you're seeing. You're actually, when you watch a Mayweather or Bernard Hopkins fight, in essence, you're watching history, because this isn't often. This is more of the exception, not the rule, when a fighter these ages, especially not in the heavyweight, no disrespect to like George Foreman, but a heavyweight, George Foreman, they say the power is the last thing to go. Bernard Hopkins and Mayweather both are not the hardest hitter in their respective divisions, whereas George Foreman was a dangerous puncher regardless. So even if he's 40, they say power is the last thing to go, so he'll still be able to crack and punch. And in the heavyweight division, especially, one punch can change everything. So I'm not taking away from George Foreman's feat, but these guys like the Mayweathers and the Hopkins, they're able to survive in a sport, in a young man's sport, not necessarily based on their tremendous punching power, based on their intelligence and the fact that they compute and can see the punches coming and they have a defense, etc. So when it comes to watching them, I'm always going to be a fan of watching unless they fall off completely, you know what I mean, completely fall off the wagon. And that's based on history in the making. Like I said, these guys are getting by and beating people, and like Mayweather's beating people in a dominant fashion, like that he shouldn't be beating necessarily. Like a Canelo shows he's a boxer puncher. He's young. He has power. He doesn't necessarily have the resume, but a lot of people back Canelo to beat him. They said he's too big, too strong. And I've seen Canelo like hitting the heavy bag and stuff. It looks like he has some pop. He looks focused. He didn't let any of the Mayweather taunts, even though they speak different languages. He didn't let it didn't look like none of that was bothering him. So I don't think he mentally broke down. He might have later got frustrated and broke down a little bit mentally, but during the build up, Mayweather was trying to taunt him and hand him the belt, and he didn't take it, and he wasn't biting, so he looked mentally strong. He just didn't have the tools to beat Mayweather. So to me, that's impressive. Anybody that could be in the sport 18 years and still be regarded pound for pound number one. You look at other guys, I could think of a ton of fighters who were once somebody and they no longer fight. Like Kelly Pavlik, he once had a name, he was undefeated, now he's retired and getting in trouble with the law. You look at Roy Jones Jr., one of my favorites of all time. He's the shell of his former self if you watch him fight currently. So props to Mayweather. I want to say happy birthday. Leave a comment. Let me know your best Mayweather moments. Obviously, it's a Mayweather video, and he's a businessman, so I know some of you guys will say Pacquiao, fight Pacquiao, he's a pussy, and crazy stuff like that. So go for it. Have at it. And happy 37th birthday. Hopefully he announces his opponent soon. Let me know what you guys think. Again, your favorite Mayweather moments. What do you like about him? What don't you like about him? Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off.